Hello everybody, I'm going to explain the reading and writing exam of ISE I. The reading and writing exam is part of the B1 exam of Trinity and it's done in one day. The exam lasts 2 hours and it's got 4 parts. It's got, well, parts or tasks. It's got 2 reading tasks and 2 writing tasks. To pass the exam, you need to pass the 2 reading tasks and the 2 writing tasks. If you pass the reading tasks and not the writing tasks, you won't pass the exam, and the other way round is also true. So let's see, we've got the exam is a reading and writing exam. It lasts 2 hours, but I think the best way to see how the exam works is actually looking at a real exam. So I'm going to share with you an example of an exam. Okay, and this is the first page of the exam. It's very important to read the first page because when you get to the exam, you're nervous, you want to save time, but it's always recommendable to read the exam carefully. So here we see you have to fill in your information, so your name and the number, your candidate number and the center and the exam date. And here it gives you some instructions that it's always, even if you know the instructions, it's always a good idea to read them out to make sure you know how to do your exam correctly. So it says you write your name, fill in the information, and you have to wait for the examiner to tell you to open the exam. And it tells you how many tasks there are, and it tells you to complete all the tasks. And it tells you a very useful thing that is you can write on the paper, exam paper. That's not a problem, and you can highlight. You can use let's see if I've got one. You can use one of these, a highlighter pen, to highlight the important information in your exam. So I would recommend you doing this. And then you've got an answer paper where you can write all your answers. Okay, and it says you can't use rough paper, so you can't use paper that's not part of the exam, and you can't use dictionary, and you can't use correction fluid. So if you want to cross something out, if you don't want the examiner to read it, cross it out and write on top of it or next to it. Again, here it gives you the time. You've got 2 hours, and no one's going to control if you spend 40 minutes on each task or 30 minutes on each task, but they recommend you to spend less time on the reading task, the first 2 tasks, and more time on the writing task. So 20 minutes for task 1, 20 minutes for task 2, and 40 minutes for tasks 3 and 4. Okay,